Welcome back to Enshrouded. Today I want to show you some simple window designs to add some texture and flair to the outside of your windows to make your builds more interesting. So with that said, hope you enjoy the video. Let's jump into it. So for this first window design here, you're gonna just need the tarred shingle roof block, and that's it. And you're gonna start by adding 2 of the tarred roof blocks to the bottom and 2 of them to the top of the window. And then you're going to add 3 on each side, but you're not going to fill in any of the corners. So no blocks here, no blocks up in here. All right, and we'll work from the bottom up. It's just easier. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, just like that. And it creates this really cool carving look right over the top of the window. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and fill in the top corners here. So we could fill in that corner and that one. That looks pretty cool. That's like window design number 2. Or you could then take it and fill in these very top 2 blocks, and that just moves that design up a little bit. So rather than being right below, sort of covering the top of the window, it just gives it a little more space, a little more height, and makes it look pretty cool. So yeah, that's exactly how you do window design number 2. And with this design, this is just how it looks with the stone shingle roof block, essentially. And then yeah, basically that design is just this, but with the very top 2 blocks added, which you could also do with the stone shingle roof, and it makes it look pretty cool. But yeah, for this one, I think I like it better just as sort of a rounded window. It's a very simple design, but I think adds like a nice little rounded effect over windows and the outsides of doors. And I'll probably be using this one for Hobbit house windows and doors to sort of create the rounded look. So now let's move on to the next design, which is sort of the next revamped version of this design with some windows on the sides, essentially, just to add some extra trim. And for this one, you can use whatever roof block you'd like. I'll just be using the stone shingle roof block. And we'll go ahead and start by adding 2 on the top of the window, or however wide your window is. Any of these designs can be modified in many ways to sort of make them unique and different, and depending on the window size. And then whatever the window size is, you'll just add 1 on each side to overlap it by 1 block like that. Then just take the wooden window frame. We'll go ahead and rotate it sideways. Snap 1 in there and 1 in there. Go back to your roof block and we'll add 2 on the very bottom. And then skipping the corners, we're going to go 1 up from the corners. And rather than aiming at the window frame, we're just going to aim to the block behind it and snap it right in, just like that. And then it creates a nice little trimmed effect around the window. So now let's move on to the planter box design. And this one's kind of fun. You could really modify this one in a lot of ways as well. But for this one, you'll need a dirt or farm soil, as well as 2 different types of roof blocks. So I'm going to be using the roof tiles block, as well as the tarred shingle roof block. So for this one, I'll start with one of the roof blocks, in my case the tiles block. And we'll just go ahead and fill it in all the way along the top. And you could choose to leave the corners without the roof blocks, in which case you could start the second one down and continue down the sides. And then it sort of creates that nice little arched effect over the window. Or you could go ahead and fill in the corners if you wanted more of a sharp, clean-cut look. So either way is up to you, and once you have this part done, we're going to go to our hammer, enter the building mode, and go to where it says the single terrain block here. And then select that to be either out of dirt or farm soil. And I'm guessing that with the farm soil, you could either just have the look of like the dirt in the window bed, or you might be able to even plant something in it and have it grow in here, depending on how big the window is or what sort of space you're working with. So you'll need about 8 or so of the dirt or farm soil for this, and we're just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. And if you just want a little bit of grass poking up, that's all you need to do. I kind of like it to be a little bit taller to stick up a little higher. So we'll just go ahead and add another 1, 2 to the top of that, and then 3 and 4 to the sides there, just to give it a little more of a mound there. And again, it should only come down by 2 blocks from the bottom of the window here for the design I'm going to show you today. So then we can take the second roof block of our choice, which in my case is the tarred shingled roof block. I think this looks really nice. And we're going to go ahead and on the very bottom of the farm soil here, again 2 blocks down from the top and right in the middle, we're gonna go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially just bringing the roof blocks out by 2. And then right on the top of these outer 2, I'm gonna place 1, 2, and then another 2 right on the top of those. And that'll essentially be the side profile and height of the little planter box. And then we're gonna go and add 2 blocks on the side. So 1 here, 1 here. And you'll notice it automatically creates that roof peak texture. So to fix that, we'll just add 1 on the top over here and 1 on the top right there. And it even adds these little plank looking things that stick out, which I think looks pretty cool. And again, you could use whatever roof block you want here. The only reason we're using 2 different ones is so that they don't mesh with each other or get confused with each other on the sides there. So when you have this done, you're just going to go ahead and on the very bottom 2, we're just going to go ahead and destroy those, and that sort of angles it in toward the wall there and makes it look really nice. And then you could just take the first roof block, so the tiles for me, and bring it down again, maybe like that. Maybe you're happy with that. Or you could even fill in these inner corners here and sort of have it arch in to create that rounded effect again. So I just think these are some really fun designs. Super simple and easy to do. They can be modified to whatever you want. So hopefully it inspired you and you liked the video. Shout out again to all my channel members. Be sure to join the Discord server through the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.